You wake up already tired. Bills on the counter, phone buzzing with messages you don't want to answer, kids pulling for your time when your head is still stuck at work. By noon, you've given everything to everyone else and nothing to yourself. Most men lose not because they're weak, but because they're scattered. How many mornings have started this same way for you? Picture a man running a race with 100 hands grabbing at him from the sidelines. Some cheer, some criticize, some pull him down. Every step forward feels harder, not because the finish line moved, but because he gave away too much energy to the crowd. Distraction is the rope that drags you backward while you think you're moving forward. Who's pulling at you while you run your race? I know this because I lived it. I spent years trying to keep everyone happy, chasing approval, solving problems that weren't mine. And at the end of the week, I realized I hadn't moved an inch. I was busy, but I wasn't alive. How many of your last weeks looked the same?
The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Focus only on what's yours to control and let the rest go. It sounds simple, but living it feels like war. Peace begins the moment you stop fighting battles that were never yours. What fights are you still throwing punches at that aren't even your fight? So imagine this. What would your life look like if you stopped giving energy to what you can't control? What if every ounce of focus went to building your own ground, your own discipline, your own path forward? How much of your strength is being wasted on shadows? Stay with me now, because in the next moments, we're going to give you the tools to stop the bleeding and show you how to guard your path from the hands on the sidelines. That's where this conversation really begins. Life feels like a fight most days. Bills stack up, work demands pile on, family pulls from every side. You stress over bills, you chase recognition, you burn out trying to prove yourself. Most of your pain comes from fighting battles that were never yours to win. The Stoics saw this clearly. Your real fight is with your own mind. Think about a boxer. He doesn't swing at shadows. He picks his target, he guards his stance, and he saves every punch for the real opponent. He knows he can't control the crowd, but he can control his form. How many punches have you wasted on ghosts today? Traffic is a shadow. You curse the cars, but they won't move faster. Debt is a shadow. Worry won't shrink the numbers. Recognition at work is a shadow. Grinding harder doesn't guarantee the promotion. Swinging at shadows only drains the energy you need for the real fight. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That's not a quote for a coffee mug. That's a rule for survival. The boxer knows this. He can't control the noise in the arena, but he can control his breath, his focus, his fists. Strength comes from discipline, not distraction. At home, one sarcastic comment can feel like a punch. At work, one rejection can feel like a knockout. But here's the truth. Those aren't the real fights. The real fight is inside. Can you keep your stance, hold your guard, and not waste your energy? Seneca warned, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. He was talking about the shadows we fight. The boxer who wastes his arms on ghosts will be too tired when the real opponent shows up. Most of your exhaustion isn't from life itself, it's from the punches you throw at nothing. So here's the shift. Stop swinging at what you can't control. Guard your stance, pick your punches, save your energy for the fight that's actually yours. Discipline is knowing where to strike and where to stay still. The moment you stop chasing the crowd, you start winning your race. That's the Stoic fight, not beating others, but mastering yourself. Slow down. Let the noise fade. Because peace doesn't come from adding more, it comes from carrying less. Strength isn't in what you pick up, but in what you lay down. Think of a scar. At first, it bleeds. You protect it. You wince when it's touched. But over time, it stops hurting. It becomes part of you.
Life's the same. What you can't control will leave marks, but they don't have to stay wounds. Scars don't define you, they teach you. Here's the first truth. Buy yourself a pause. Tomorrow, when irritation rises, don't answer right away. One breath, 1 second. That tiny delay can stop a disaster. One breath can save you from 100 regrets. When was the last time a single pause could have changed everything? Second truth, decide what's yours to carry. Not every problem, not every opinion, not every weight is yours. Bills, yes. Your discipline, yes. But gossip, comparison, empty judgment, let it go. You don't have to lift what was never meant for your shoulders. What weight are you carrying today that isn't even yours? Third truth, build a private ground. Every man needs a place where the world can't reach him. A morning routine, a journal, a quiet drive. Guard it like a fortress. A man with private ground can't be conquered. Where's your ground, and are you guarding it?
I know this because I failed it. For years I fought shadows and carried weights that weren't mine. I let bills, voices, and opinions eat me alive. I swung until I was exhausted, and I woke up empty. The heaviest load I ever carried was the one I chose to pick up. That's why the Stoics mattered to me. They weren't perfect. They were men who learned to guard their lane, hold their stance, and endure only what was theirs. Discipline is freedom, and focus is peace. So start small. One breath, one choice, one piece of ground to protect. That's how you train. That's how you endure. That's how you win. Consistency builds men, not motivation. Brother, don't fight alone. I tried that path. It breaks you. But side by side, we carry only what's ours. We drop the rest, and we walk steady. This is brotherhood. Men choosing virtue, clarity, and strength together. No man stands unshaken by himself. And let me leave you with this blessing, slow because I mean it. May you carry your day with strength, meet your trials with calm, and walk steady in the truth that can't be stolen.